Hello and welcome to another nostalgia filled Magic the Gathering video. So we're carrying on in our journey through modern era packs and we're up to 10th edition. This is where I got on board with Magic, so it's going to be particularly nostalgic for me. We're going to open 5 packs this week, 5 packs next week. But before we do that, as this is the first of the 2 episodes on this particular set, we're going to do a quick recap of the set for those that aren't that familiar with it. I think it makes it easier when I'm opening these up in case I miss anything. You can spot certain highlights of the set if you like, plus other stuff you might not be aware of. So it's a large core set. There's 383 cards in it if you include the 20 basics that were part of the set. We won't see any basic lands in here, I don't think. They weren't part of the booster set up at that particular point in Magic's history. Basic lands were distributed, if you like, through the Fat Pack and other supplemental products like the theme decks, that sort of thing. It's actually the first Magic core set. Well, there's a number of firsts in this set actually. So it's the first Magic core set after limited edition to be printed with all black borders. So when I talk about limited edition, that's alpha and beta basically. So first edition. And it's the first time in a long while in a core set to have such a large number of cards in it. I think the last time they had more than 350 cards in a core set was 5th edition, which was a large set. First time in a core set they've had legendary creatures. Each of the colours had or got 2 legendary creatures. There's also in here the sort of 16th card, if you like, which is often a promo card. Had these sort of tips and tricks cards, and there were tokens as well. First core set to see a number of keywords in print. So things like Defender, Double Strike, Flash, Lifelink, Reach and Shroud. And there are a number of cycles. Lucky Charms, which were artifacts. Enemy colour hoses. A cycle of Manlands at uncommon. A cycle of Muses at rare. We had a full set of Pain lands, both allied coloured and enemy coloured, so that's 10, all at rare. And a cycle of Weavers. Just for reference, the theme decks were actually 40 card theme decks, which was a thing with core sets. If anybody has ever bought theme decks from the core set during a certain period in Magic's history, they will know that they were 40 card decks as opposed to 60. And they were all mono colours, and each one of those theme decks, the lead card, if you like, was a legendary creature in that colour. And the name of the deck was named after that legendary creature. So the white one was Chomana's Resolve, and then the black one was Nvinkar's Tyranny, and so on. If we're thinking about prices on this, and I'll just mention this because I know some people are often interested in what the different prices might be in the set, what the chase cards are. The most expensive card, I believe, is at uncommon, and that's Goblin Law. And then we've got other rares like Crucible of Worlds, Doubling Cube, Time Stretch, Grave Pact, Lord of the Dead, all above $10, and then we've got Seaborn Muse and things like Brushland all sort of hovering around just below 10. There's also Wrath of God is in the set as well. So I think there's something for everyone here. So we'll get on and start opening these and see what we pull. I haven't mentioned already, particularly nostalgic for me, because this is where I got into magic. At this point I was just collecting really, and I started off with some 10th edition. They have a certain feel to them. I always find that this particular, in a time in magic, just after this actually, the packs got particularly foily and felt it's really good to open. I think particularly around, actually a little bit further on, actually around sort of Zendikar, that period. But yeah, there's something about the feel of this particular boosters from this era. I don't know what it is, but there's just this almost extra foiliness. Sky Hunter Patrol is our first common here, and it's got flying and first strike. Notice, because we're in a core set, you get expanded rules text with some explanation as to what those keywords might mean if you're new to the game. Dehydration, Viashino, a runner. Civic Wayfinder is in here. Severed Legion has fear on it, so this creature can't be blocked except by artifact creatures and or black creatures. Tundra Wolves, 1/1 for 1 with first strike. Llanowar Sentinel, Peak, Unholy Strength, Raging Goblins in the set, 1/1 for 1 with haste. And we're moving on to our uncommon, so we have Agonizing Memories, Shatterstorm, Air Elemental is in the set, and in our rare slot we have Gaia's Herald. So it's 1 and a green, 1/1, creature spells can't be countered. Oh, I was mistaken. We do actually have a basic land in the set, so there you go. My research was incorrect. For some reason I thought that there weren't basic lands in here, so that's good. So we get to see some basic land artwork. Cool. In fact, I'm not sure what made me think that. And we have this other thing. So if you actually bought the fat pack at the time, there was a section in it on 2-card combos, which was there's a few sets which had that particular section in them. So what it does, it describes exactly that. So we have in here then Tuco Husk and Grave Pact, and we've got Cephalid Constable and Angelic Blessing. Oh, I think I know where I'm getting confused about the basic lands. I've just thought about it. Yeah, what they did with this is that if you bought the fat pack, it had preview basic land cards in it from Lorwyn block. Yeah, and I knew they did something unusual with the lands, but yeah, that was the thing about the lands. So the set clearly has lands in the packs, but in the fat packs it has preview land cards, which I don't know if they've done before. So we have Recover, Giant Growth, Steadfast Guard with Vigilance, Cloud Elemental, Rock Badger, Essence Drain, Robe of Mirrors, Canopy Spider, Sage Owl, Goblin Sky Raider, Cryoclasm, Primal Rage, so we moved on to our uncommons here, Orcish Artillery, and our rare is Midnight Ritual. So X, 2 and a black, sorcery. Remove X target creature cards in your graveyard from the game. For each creature card removed this way, put a 2/2 black zombie creature token into play. And our basic land is a forest. And in this one, the 2-card combo tips and tricks card is Royal Assassin and Icy Manipulator, and Horseshoe Crab and Arcane Teachings. Let's have a look at the Horseshoe Crab combo. Arcane Teachings lets the creature it enchants tap to deal 1 damage, but Horseshoe Crab can use this ability over and over again in a single turn. Tap the crab to deal 1 damage and then pay blue to untap it. Repeat as necessary. And then we've got Royal Assassin Icy Manipulator. Royal Assassin's ability to destroy a tapped creature tends to keep opponents from tapping any creatures. Icy Manipulator solves that problem. You can tap it and spend one to tap a creature of your choice. Okay, Lanor Elves was in the set. Mass of Ghouls, Spitting Earth, Loxodon Mystic, Avon Fisher, Rushwood Dryad, Plague Beetle, Pincher Beetles, just Shroud on it. This creature can't be the target of spells or abilities. Lumen Grid Warden. We have Holy Day in the set. Soul Warden's in here, so we're moving on to our uncommons. Discombobulate. Counter target spell. Look at the top 4 cards of your library, then put them back in any order. Elven Riders, and our rare is Joiner Adept. So 1 in the green, 2/1, creature elf druid, lands you control have tap, add 1 mana of any colour to your mana pool. And we have a swamp, and this tips and tricks card is about building a deck. Okay. Garden Fire Fiend. Rampant Growth. Highway Robber. And one thing I don't know if I actually mentioned at the start of the video, of course, this is at this point in Magic's history, core sets were 100% reprints. Highway Robber. Sky Hunter Patrol, Dehydration, Viashino Runner, Fists of the Anvil, Holy Day, Another pincher beetle. There's our horseshoe crab. Another discombobulate. So moving on to our uncommons. Tangle spider. Death mark was in the set, so single black, destroy target green or white creature. And our rare is Bloodfire Colossus. 6 and 2 red for a 6/6 creature giant with single red, sacrifice Bloodfire Colossus. Bloodfire Colossus deals 6 damage to each creature and each player. And we have a mountain in our basic land slot. And a wasp token. Yeah, there was a card in here, and I'm just trying to even remember what it was, that generated wasps. It's pretty high cost to do that, so it had a repeatable effect on it. I think it may have even been an artifact, possibly. So it came into play, they cast it, and then for a casting cost you could tap it and generate a wasp token. But I seem to remember that the cost on the ability to do that, to generate the wasp token, was pretty high. It might have even been 4 colourless to generate 1/1 token, something like that. Steadfast Guard. Assassinate is in the set, so 2 and a black, destroy target tapped creature. Cloud Elemental. Uncontrollable Anger. Got flash on it. Snapping Drake. Sky Hunter Prowler. Grizzly Bears. Fire Breathing. Mind Rot. Demystify. No Rest for the Wicked. Wall of Swords. So we're on to our uncommons. Rain of Tears, 1 and 2 black to destroy target land. In our rare slot we have a legendary creature, Miri Cat Warrior, so this is one of the 2 green legends. So 1 and 2 green, legendary creature Cat Warrior. It's a 2/3, first strike, forest walk and vigilance. This creature deals combat damage before creatures without first strike. It's unblockable as long as defending player controls the forest, and attacking doesn't cause this creature to tap. And we have an island and a dragon token. And there we have it. So 5 packs of 10th edition. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.